Welcome back to Yu Hakusho Anime Review Part 5. This one we're reviewing the only two films released for Yu Hakusho when the anime was on the air. There are two films. First is Yu Hakusho the Movie, The Golden Seal. That is the name of the title. The other one is Yu Hakusho Poltergeist Report. As for the length of these two films, the first film is 30 minutes. Seriously? It's called The Movie and it's basically the length of an episode? Yeah, I'll talk about this one in a minute. The other one is 1 hour and 32 minutes. Okay, that's improving. But it seems like after doing two films, they decided not to do any more films. And also, these two films all have something in common. The fact they don't have the dub actors from the English dub actors from the actual TV show to these films. If you look at, let's say, the films for Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, Yu-Gi-Oh! For their anime films, they have the English dub actors. In the case of Yu Hakusho, for some strange reason, they couldn't have the English dub actors. They had to give them a brand spanking new cast. Thank you, Studio Pair, for doing it. Yeah, Studio Pair released both films. Yeah, and Filmation got their hands in these two films and redubbed them with the correct voice actors. Yeah, they actually brought in the actual voice actors from the TV show to do these films. It's either one, Studio Parent either didn't want to bring in the dub actor, the regular dub actor from the TV show, or they either one, they didn't want to, or two, they couldn't afford them. Filmation can afford them perfectly fine. Despite the fact a few of them would later on work with Studio Parent when it comes to dubbing Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, and Bleach. And of course, Filmation, a couple of them basically have worked on Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Heck, some are even working on Super right now, and Super's 22 episodes in when it comes to dub. They've only dubbed the first 22 episodes. The series itself is, I think it's like 95 episodes in right now. I've recently watched recent episodes, really good. As these two films, The Golden Seal. Pretty much the film starts off with Botan riding her oar, and she's looking for Yusuke. And where does she find him? Him and Kazuma. I am not calling him by his movie name because I have no idea why they thought it was a good idea to change his name for the movie. Because they give him the incorrect name. They call him Kazuha for some reason. His name is Kazuma. Yeah, they changed his name for the movies, which makes absolutely no sense, despite the fact it's the same character. It's like they took his first names and combined them to one. Either one, the dub actors, either Studio Parent did not know that was his name, or they just didn't bother to actually pronounce his name correctly. Oh, and also, guess how many characters from the actual TV show at this point, because the movie came out in 1993. The characters from the show who appeared in the first film. Botan, Yusuke, Kazuma, Koenma, Kurama, and Hiei. That's it. Only 6 people. No Keiko. Yeah, she does not make a physical appearance in the movie for some reason. Yeah. Oh, and Botan inadvertently takes out the group of thugs who basically wanted to get into a fight with Yusuke and Kazuma. Yeah, and the reason why she's after them, we're going to go get them because Koenma had been kidnapped after he decided to go to the beach for some reason. I have no idea why. And this is also really weird. They never did this in the show or the manga. Apparently, Yusuke and Kazuma, Yusuke has been to the spirit world before, but Kazuma has never been to the spirit world before. Apparently, they're allowed to go to the spirit world, no problem. I'm like, how is this even possible? I mean, I get maybe Kurama going there because he's a freaking demon, but Yusuke and Kazuma are humans. How in the world did they go there unless they're dead? Yeah, it made no sense. That was a big plot hole they never actually explained in the movie, probably because of its short runtime. Yeah, oh, and by the way, what is the Golden Seal? It's a golden stamper. And this apparently is the source of the whole spirit world's power. Seriously, this whole plot thing sounds so stupid. Yeah, and a lot of the time, because of the short runtime, they spent a lot of time running. Lots and lots of running. Running to get to Kazuma, And then, of course, apparently there's this little boy who we think is the main villain, but no, it's actually his henchman who's actually the one behind all this. Some random demon we have never seen before, either in the manga or the anime, and he gets defeated in less than 15 minutes. They spent half the movie fighting the guy, and it takes a while to beat him. Apparently his original appearance was a freaking turtle. Okay. Oh, and by the way, the little boy, why in the world did he do this? Because Koenma basically gave a girl a birthday present before he did. Oh yeah, and the present he was going to give the girl, yeah, he accidentally stepped on it. Of course, Koenma didn't know that. And of course, Koenma got a kiss. And this whole thing was over a girl. Yeah. Oh, by the way, his punishment for all this, 10,000 spankings, and basically being a guard at the Judgment Gate. Yeah, that's his punishment. Oh yeah, and Hiei and Kurama are in the film, except their appearance is nothing more than a one scene. It appeared in one scene, and they're never mentioned again. Nope. Despite its short runtime, the animation is really good, and I love the fight scenes. That's the only thing good you can say about the first show. It's got good fight scenes, and the voice actors, despite the fact it's not the voice acting TV show, the actors, the substitute voice actors for the first time do a really good job performance-wise. It's just that its weakness is its plot. There are several different plot holes in the movie, and one of its biggest problems is a short runtime. It's called The Movie. You would think it'd be over an hour long, not 30 frickin' minutes. So yeah, I give the first film a 6.5 out of 10. Mainly due to the fact the plot is very bad, and also its numerous plot holes. And also the fact that even the voice actors in the movie, despite the fact they're not ones from the show, the substitute voice actors do a dang good job. Also, one other thing I didn't like about the movie, I didn't like the fact Koenma was basically portrayed as a whiny brat. Yeah, he was a whiny brat. I'm like, seriously? He never did this in the anime or manga, and yet in the film they thought this was a good idea. Fine. Now we go on to a better movie, Yu Hakusho Poltergeist. I'm like, why couldn't this be the first movie? This movie is so good. It's got a good plot, despite the fact it doesn't have the correct voice actors. The substitute voice actors in this movie also do a great job. Yeah, it basically is a lot more closer to the original anime than the first one, which is basically a throwaway movie anyways. Excuse me. Yeah, the story of this film is that apparently the River Styx decided to flood for some reason. Yeah, and what actually caused this is really bizarre. Yeah, it even caused the title. Even Koenma basically knows that this is really wrong. The River Styx flooding, and of course, Koenma goes to the vault because they want to get this particular item away from whoever is doing this. Gives the Bonton, and she basically he's ordered to go. He orders to go to spirit world, go to the world of the living, to get Yusuke and go to this temple. And what's the object he gives her? The Netherworld Spear. Yeah, this is the first and only time. Now, the movie itself is the only appearance, or at least mention of the Netherworld. Yeah, it's later explained that the Netherworld was basically another realm, like Human World, Spirit World, and Demon World. Netherworld was basically next to Demon World. And apparently, King Enma, him and his forces fought the forces of the Netherworld and sent him to outer space. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, first time they've actually sent people to space in Yu Hakusho. Despite the fact they never go to space. Nope. And basically, by the time Bonta finds Yusuke, she's basically, her Komodo is tore up, and she's basically very ill and unconscious. And Keiko looking for him because he's missing a class, because he skipped class again, because he hangs out on the roof, because he loves being on the frickin' roof. Yeah, a lot of anime basically. I love anime manga. Love having students who go to real life Japanese high school. Love hanging on the roof. Yeah, and he's up there, and all of a sudden he sees Bonton just falling off this whatever this thing is that's on the roof. Basically, it's a little building thing that goes inside the actual school. He catches her, hands off to Keiko. Keiko, understanding basically that she needs to take this to Genkai. Okay, yeah, Genkai basically finally make appearance in movies. And she perfectly understands, and basically he goes to get Kazuma, and basically they go to this temple basically which houses the spirit guy. And basically, there was a group of humans sort of attacking this girl who also is wearing a kimono, which I'm thinking about this, okay? This is set in modern day Japan. Why is this woman wearing a kimono? Makes no sense. Because she's a spirit guy. Oh yeah, and she's later shown riding an oar like Bonton does. Yeah, that's never explained. And that's only a minor plot hole with the movie. Now, before I go on, the first time I can probably place is sometime during season 1. Probably before Cosmet, probably between the second and last arc of season 1. That's my guess. In the case of this movie, I think it takes place, from what I can tell, between seasons 2 and 3. Yeah, because later on shown in the film that Cosmo puts on his outfit he wore during the finals, the white attire that he wore, which was it's a great looking outfit. I gotta praise him for actually putting the thing on. And they go out and find this temple, and they take out all the demons. Of course, Grandma takes out his awesome spirit sword, which, thank you, Perry, for keeping from the anime. But both the first and second movie do keep this sound effect in there. Whenever Grandma's spirit sword activates, it's a sound of a lightsaber, which is awesome. The fact they actually kept that in there, which, God praise them for keeping that sound effect in there. And they pretty much kill all demons. Of course, he inadvertently takes out one of the things at the temple. Yusuke explains who they are, and she perfectly understands, and they go straight to Bonton, who basically is at Genkai's house. And of course, they explain to Genkai basically what the heck is going on. And of course, this is the scene when they explain the whole netherworld thing, because Koenma, which at this point he's never been Demon World, he didn't go Demon World until season 3. Yeah, so they go and she explains everything like I already explained, and then okay, then they go and leave, and of course when he finds out and they're about to go leave, and Koenma finds out that his girlfriend is there, he's like, yay, my girlfriend's here. He rushes to go see her, and he's very calm about it, basically, and goes to see her. Basically, he doesn't overreact like he usually does. Yeah, but she is happy to see him, and then later on, basically, while they go out to get some food or something like that, and Genkai and Yukina stay at the temple. Yeah, the main villain, who actually is the king of Netherworld, shows up at the temple. The only time this ever happens, not even the anime villains actually go to Genkai's temple. Well, with the exception of basically that one arc, basically, that was part of a tournament. But actually go and get somebody from the temple. That never happened in the anime, but kudos for the film actually doing this. Yeah, Genkai is taken out, and Yukina is thrown against a wall. And they take Bonta. Apparently, she put the Nethersphere inside her body. Yeah, and where it's stored, I'm like, yeah, she pretty much puts it in her belly. What does she do? Swallow it? I don't know. Yeah, how it gets it out is really creepy. Yeah, of how the villain tries to get out later. But they show up, and Keiko gets hit by one of the villains. And of course because Yukina was hit, yeah, basically, Koenma basically went out and basically demolished some trees because he got so angry that his girlfriend got hurt. And Yukina is Hiei's sister. Yeah. Basically, his only living relative. Because he doesn't have any other relatives aside from Yukina. Though he doesn't tell the fact that he is... Yeah, even in the movie, he doesn't tell her that he's her brother. Which I'm like... Why? Why can't you tell her? Seriously. Yeah, the reason in the anime because she probably won't accept the fact that her brother is a convicted criminal. Despite the fact that he's been a good-hearted person, despite the fact he's done bad things, doesn't mean he's a bad person. Yeah, oh, and by the way, Koenma does not even know that Hiei is her brother. But yet, Kurama, Yusei, almost everybody else knows that Hiei is Yukina's brother, but not Koenma. Or even Yukina. Yeah. Also, while this little fight thing was going on, he battled somebody who took his spirit energy, and then later on, basically, they go out after the people who attacked the temple, and they all like do this grand, like, great appearance. Like you have Yusuke and Cosmo go marching out with the spirit guide. Then here comes Kurama and Hiei, and they go out trying to fight people. And then, well, first they go after this demon who impersonates an old friend of Kurama's. I prefer to address him as Kurama because, well, that's how the name was pronounced in Naruto at the time, I guess. Kurama, I think it's. I prefer my pronunciation of the name better than that's how I've always pronounced it that way. So yeah, he fights him, and it turns out basically just a guy impersonating an old friend of his who actually really did die. And then they fight one of the other guys who actually did fight Kazuma, took some of his spirit energy. Hiei fights him, and I'm like, yeah, he's causing collateral damage. And to defeat the guy, they pretty much destroy an entire building. Which I was saying to myself this whole time, why couldn't Yusuke say, like, Hiei, you took down a whole freaking building! Yeah! Oh, and by the way, yeah, what happened to the building is never mentioned after it was knocked down. Well, it's a good thing to knock it down, just so you can go through that shield. Yeah. Yeah, apparently that was the only way, and basically, briefly, Hiei was possessed by this evil eye. Apparently, it didn't affect him somehow, and he tried to use his dragon of the Black Flame, and he uses that to demolish like a land bridge, and also a building. And I'm like, isn't anybody in the news noticing the fact that there's a building that's just been destroyed? There's no news reports that. Yeah, I'll get more to this later. And then it gets to the building where Bonton and the main villain is. And the fight goes on for a good long while, and eventually they beat him. After several mistries. And they do eventually kill him in the end. And Bonton is saved. Now, Yusuke basically only sees Bonton as a friend. He never thinks of her as someone he can basically get involved with. She's just a friend. Because, well, he loves Keiko. But you gotta appreciate him doing that. Yeah, and this is also the moment, basically, where you see the spirit guy rides up an oar. I'm like, when did she get that? Yeah. But the movie ends quite nicely, and the whole battle is over with. Everybody goes back home. Everything is just happy ending. Overall, this is a great movie. Has a few plot holes. One really big plot hole is the fact no one addresses the fact that they cause collateral damage. Yeah. Basically, destroying that building probably cost the city of wherever Yu Hakusho usually said in Japan. I don't think it's Tokyo. Probably cost millions of dollars. They probably caused overall, basically the amount of collateral damage they caused. They probably caused as much as about $100 million worth of damage. And this is, of course, in U.S. currency. I'm not sure how much it is in Japanese currency. But yeah, they cause a lot of collateral damage in this movie, and yet it's never addressed. No, they only destroy one. They destroy like a couple buildings. Some windows get damaged. The only other time this happened in the anime was actually during the Chapter Black arc, where they actually did some collateral damage. Yeah. So overall, Poltergeist, Yu Yu Hakusho Poltergeist Report is a great movie, a lot better than the first one. Even though, yes, that the version I watched, I found online, did not have the Filmation, the restored one that had the actual voice actors of the TV show to the English dub. But the substitute voice actors do a great job for what they're given. Despite its few plot holes, it's a great movie. I just kind of wish they did another one. Yes, I mean, why not? Naruto has done 11 films, Bleach did 4, and yet Hakusho does 2? Okay, that makes no sense. Yeah, but what rating do I give the second film? I give the second film a 9 out of 10, despite its few plot holes. Despite the fact it has a couple plot holes and one thing never addressed, it's a much better movie than the first one. And also, not only the fact the story is better, it's much more longer, it's an actual movie, not like a short. Yeah, which made no sense the first one being. And the villain's motivation makes a lot more sense than it was in the first film. But yeah, so 2 great movies overall. Okay. Well, one good, one not so good. All right. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for part 6 for my final thoughts on the Yu Hakusho anime and where else the anime, where else they could go with the franchise. This is just my honest opinion of how I think they should go with it. Okay. But until I do the next video, which I'm gonna do right after this, I'll see you there. Bye.